Welcome to Daily Curiosity.
The program where we discuss an interesting topic and teach some useful English along the way.
Daily Curiosity.
For curious people.
Hello, and welcome back to Daily Curiosity. I'm Carl.
And I'm Jane.
Today, we're stepping away from reality into a world of what-ifs. But before we get into the heavy science, Jane, I want to ask a simple question. How do you feel about spiders? If you saw one the size of a human, would you be terrified?
Oh, Carl, I think everyone would be terrified. I mean, people already panic over spiders the size of a coin. Now imagine one blocking your apartment hallway. Even if you aren't one of the 427 million people with arachnophobia, a human-sized spider is definitely a nightmare scenario. Why do you ask? Did you find another one of those surprising headlines?
Exactly. I've been reading a theoretical piece about what would happen if spiders were the same size as us. We think of them as itsy-bitsy, but they are actually cold-blooded killers. Collectively, the world's spiders already eat up to 725 million tons of insects every year. If they were our size, their appetite wouldn't just disappear. We'd be in a constant state of war just to survive.
That's a frightening thought. I assume their webs would be the biggest problem. I can already imagine warning signs in cities. Caution, web zone.
You're right. Emergency services wouldn't just respond to fires or accidents. They'd be rescuing people stuck in the webs. A spider's silk can be 5 times stronger than steel. If a web were human-sized, walking into one would be a matter of life and death. You'd have to carry a machete or a blowtorch just to get through the day.
That sounds incredibly terrifying. Our daily life would change completely. People might wear protective clothing, carry cutting tools, or avoid certain areas altogether. But what about their actual hunting methods? Are they all venomous?
Not all of them, but they are all dangerous. Take the Goliath bird eater, for example. It has fangs longer and sharper than a cheetah's claws. It injects a paralyzing venom that turns its prey's insides into liquid so it can drink them like a juice box.
Ugh, okay, that's probably the most disgusting thing I've heard all week. Is there any way to escape?
Interestingly, the article suggests taking a lesson from moths. These flying creatures have tiny scales on their wings. When they get stuck in a spider's web, these scales fall off easily. The web keeps the scales, and the moth easily escapes. For humans, the idea is similar. If you were trapped in a giant web, pulling harder might make things worse. This is because spiders are extremely sensitive to vibrations. The moment you touch or struggle in the web, the spider immediately receives a signal that a tasty prey has arrived. So, if you get stuck in a giant web, the advice is to literally take off your clothes and run.
Running for your life while naked? Well, that would certainly be liberating, if not a bit embarrassing.
Well, at least you would manage to save your life.
I'm wondering, Carl, would humans go extinct?
Not necessarily. Humans have survived alongside dangerous animals before. The difference is that spiders are smart, fast, and everywhere.
So instead of one dominant species, we'd probably live in constant tension, almost like a Cold War between humans and spiders.
Exactly. It wouldn't be a peaceful world, but it would force humans to rethink their relationship with nature and dominance.
Honestly, after this conversation, I'm suddenly very grateful spiders are small.
Same here. Sometimes reality is scary enough without making it bigger.
Ugh, goosebumps are already running through my body. Now let's look at some of the words and phrases we use to talk about giant spiders.
We used the word arachnophobia. It means being afraid of spiders. So if you have arachnophobia, or if you are arachnophobic, you might feel nervous, panic, or even avoid places where spiders could appear.
If something is itsy-bitsy, it's very small. For example, you can say, I saw an itsy-bitsy spider on my window.
A matter of life and death is a great phrase to talk about something that is really important. This often involves decisions that will determine whether someone lives or dies. For example, finding clean water in a desert can be a matter of life and death.
When something is venomous, it can produce poison that can harm or even kill you once it bites or stings you.
Something that is paralyzing can make you unable to move or act, either physically or because of fear.
And finally, my favorite phrase, goosebumps running through a body. It describes that tingly, shivery feeling you get when something is exciting, scary, or amazing.
That's it for today's episode of Daily Curiosity. Thanks for listening.
And maybe check the corners of your room before you go to bed tonight. See you in the next video. Goodbye.
Bye. Welcome to Daily Curiosity.
The program where we discuss an interesting topic and teach some useful English along the way.
Daily Curiosity.
For curious people.